If you're still nauseous.
No, the inhibitors have kicked in. I can't feel the back of my tongue. I wish I could tell you I'd believe in this. But the damage is too great, too extensive, too complete. With all respect to Dr. Sobek's work at Miriam, no. No, life doesn't always find a way to keep going. Sometimes it never comes back. Like Syzygy East. Like the Congo. Like Timo. Like us. That's our reward? A buried city full of terminal patients waiting out the clock?
You'd grow old together, with your loved ones, in safety.
I don't have loved ones. I suppose I could start a family?
I'm afraid not. All inhabitants of Elysium will be medically sterilized. A habitat capable of sustaining a starting base of 2,000 individuals for up to 100 years is a huge challenge, Dr. Alpert. If the population grows instead of diminishes, everyone will be dead inside 30 years.
I knew it. I just couldn't bring myself to say the words.
I'm sorry.
Finish it. Medical euthanasia. I want no part of this. I just want it over.
I see. Protocols require a 48-hour waiting period, after which...
So yeah, and there's a whole other perspective. So there's a reason why someone might be going for the medical euthanasia. I mean, the Elysium part afterwards is kind of less relevant to me. Mine is like, well, I guess while I'm around, and if I've got no choice of whether to stay or to leave, I might as well just kind of stick around and be useful, you know. But I mean, as for what happens afterwards, it's like, yeah, that's not super important, because I guess pretty much every single person here has to kind of acknowledge that even if we're successful, like life as we know it is not going to continue with us. We're just kind of delaying the inevitable. So everyone else is going to die quite horribly, and we're going to get to at least, you know, die on our own terms, kind of thing. And I don't know how valuable that's going to be to a lot of people. But my kind of focus would be on the project itself, more so than, you know, what's going to happen to me as an individual. Death is easy, man, but the other stuff, the other side of the coin, that's what takes the real kind of courage and effort, I think. As a wise man once said, death gotta be easy, because life is hard.
See to make sure I behave this time?
Security, for your protection. Would you like to discuss how you're feeling?
Sure. I'll tell you. Surprised. No, flabbergasted. Like my own man would say, flabbergasted. That vein pumping in his forehead. I thought you people were just completely underprepared for a spaceflight project. But now I can see it's worse. Much worse. Sobek is a total fantasist, a dangerous fantasist. This kind of blue skying, it's... Jesus. I'm sorry we wasted each other's time. I'm ready to leave now.
I'm afraid that's not possible.
Everything you're talking about here isn't possible.
I recommend you read the documents regarding your options.
I've seen enough. I'm getting out of here. What did you know? Get your hands off me!
Yeah, so I think that's one of the biggest problems I think people will have with this whole thing, is the fact that they just won't think that it's something that can be done. But I'm wondering how the whole space thing comes into it. I thought there was going to be a spaceship, but I guess that's not. I thought there was going to be a space vessel with all of the embryos in it. Is that still part of the deal, or is that some other plan that never happened or something? Okay, I think I've listened to all the data points here. I'm surprised there isn't one in here. Classic case of me expecting there to be something in a room that looks inviting but is ultimately empty. Okay, I think that's all of them. But I swear there was like 5 or 6 people. And I've only listened to maybe 3 or 4 logs, but... I mean, I feel like if they're saying it will take 50 years for humanity to get the codes, then surely there's got to be some kind of alternative where, you know, some kind of like defenses or systems can be built to keep humanity safe for that amount of time, or some small portion of humanity safe for that time until it blows over. I guess that's like a very kind of base level analysis, but I guess when you look at it from Sobek's perspective, she's like, yeah, okay, even if we did that, what's going to happen after 50 years when we do manage to crack the code and destroy the machines? There's going to be no Earth left. There's going to be, how are we going to sustain ourselves? How are we going to kind of restart civilization? There's going to be no biosphere left. So I guess you have to kind of think bigger than that. It's not just about keeping people alive for X amount of time. It's just messed up, man. It really is. Okay, I think I've found everything I can find. I'm just gonna move forward here. And I've discussed what I want to discuss for now. Let's find out more. We had those 3...
Intruder!
God's sake.
Looks like we're introduced.
Take her down!
That's alright, we're fine. We'll just let them funnel in here, like they always do. Let me just see, are they going to sprint down here? Alright, we're faced with 3 heavies. Very well. I feel like those are not blowing up like they should be. There you go. Okay. I tried to do it the fun way, but... Oh, speaking of the fun way. Managed to get a few shots in before he died. Impressive. Now I can take his fire spitter. There we go. Alright. Wow, I think they've got like a drop of health left. There you go. Cool. Ooh. At least I've got lots of resources. Wait. Regular health potion. Hold on. Ah, that was the wrong one. Shit. Fine. Okay, so these might be the extra data logs I was curious about.
I hashed it out with them, what the point of Artemis was. I made it clear I wasn't on board for a global zoo. We haven't exactly proved ourselves to be great custodians in the past few thousand years. So the idea of a reconstituted biosphere, well, it's horrifying, isn't it? A complete horror show. We have no right to take a best guess at this stuff. But the alternative? Nothingness. For there to have been all this and then nothing.
Exactly.
And with Charles Ronson running the show, I respect him. He's got a passion to him. He's hot-blooded. So I said I'll do it. I'll put my all into this, literally.
When the project is done, I'll take the medical option.
Is there another route?
Counselor said I might change my mind.
Just be my focus.
I told him that he didn't know me very well then. For life's sake, I'll do the dirty work. But I want no part of this pathetic attenuated future on offer. I'm an outdoors man. Never did like the feel of solid state lighting on my skin. And a wee bit of a claustrophobe anyway.
Yeah, I think right now I'm like probably closest to his like analysis / response to the situation. Like I was saying before, I don't care too much about what happens after, but if the alternative is literally nothing, and everything that humanity's ever achieved and built and done be reduced to nothing, never to be seen again, then I'll probably try and do my bit to help. Okay, that's the next bit. Let me look around again.
Can't carry more.
Okay, still got a couple more things here.
Zero Dawn. It is art, in a way. An expression on the grandest scale. But there is so much unfairness. Why was I chosen? Was it decided by committee? By algorithm? My family will be saved because I happen to graduate in art history? Is this right?
Dr. Sauvé? Christina Sauvé?
Yes. I met a man, another historian. His fields are Bauhaus and the New Materialists. But he once attended one of my talks. Another unfair chance. Of all the many people in that auditorium, that we should both be here now. And yet, I feel more accepting of my fate. No, it is not fair, not at all. But for the sake of my family, for the sake of art. Art is alive. It must be able to speak from beyond history and echo in the future, not perish into oblivion. This opportunity, I must do this.
I mean, the whole kind of unfairness angle here is, yes, of course it's true, because, you know, I get it, but at the end of the day, especially like in this specific context where you've been brought into this facility and you didn't know what you were getting yourself into, you thought you were going to try and help, you know, find a solution that was going to wipe out the machines, all that kind of shit, and then they tell you all of this stuff. Yes, okay, it's unfair and it's terrible, and like, why did you get picked and then nobody else got to, and all that kind of stuff, yes, but at the end of the day, there is literally nothing you can do, and it's not your fault for kind of being accepted, if that makes any sense. Like, if there's any kind of sin to bear for this, it's the people that, or the algorithm or whatever it was, that decided that whatever people weren't worthy. I mean, it really isn't your fault that you were chosen. You didn't live your entire life in order to be chosen against your fellow man.
I'll shake it out later.
In a situation where they're going to perish and you're going to survive. I mean, you can't really think like that. So, yeah, I get it, but I don't think I'd be too hung up on that side of things. Like, it's terrible, yes, okay, but hey, it's not my fault, man. And there's literally nothing I can do. I can't eject myself from the situation in any other way other than death. So, like, what do you want me to do?
Now, those lame FBI black hats at Mockingbird back in the day, I enjoyed schooling them. But maybe I went in too hard on this poor counselor. She was cute, and just going down a checklist after all. Couldn't expect her to see how ridiculous Zero D's ambitions are. God's own budget thrown at a kid playing with a hologram sculptor? Palms up, honey. I'm just calling it like it is. Hey, look, Mom, I'm making nature. Now, if nature is so important, why not let nature take its course?
Yep.
Extinction? That's natural. Zero Dawn? No, ma'am, that ain't. Heck, it's so unnatural it'd be called an abomination back home, and you know it. That's why you're hiding it. Meanwhile, my little honey of a counselor, she's munching the inside of her cheek. Bad habit. She chewed one of her nails, too, just one. Not your day, was it, little sweet pea? Saw her quota slipping away. Said, I assume you intend to decline the assignment, Mr. Tate. You kidding me? 18 months hard labor in exchange for 30 years lounging around Elysium watching porn? Sign me up.
That's pretty funny. I do love all of the different perspectives that they're showing us here in these audio recordings. It's brilliant. And again, his one kind of makes sense too, man. Everyone, like, there's not one where you could say this person is way off base for thinking that way. Everyone has their own opinion, man, and they're all valid in their own way. 18 months of labour for 30 years of porn in Elysium. That is definitely a way to look at it. But yeah, I mean, he says, why not let nature run its course? And that's absolutely true. But has nature ever produced a species like humanity before? Well, I don't know. You could debate that there's still pretty much no evidence that there's ever been any human-like or even further advanced life forms in the universe right now. So, I don't know, maybe that gives us the right to try and challenge our fate if nature wants us to be extinct. We're pretty much the only species that we know of that has the capability of doing it.
Another one of these.
Oh god.
Need to find the right configuration.
Is it really the time for this?
There's a part missing. Maybe there's a storage area nearby.
I'll just take some more mushrooms. That's what we need to do in this situation.
Hey, I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay? Somehow, he managed to install an H-emitter node backwards. Everything's in reverse. I don't get paid to clean up Brett's messes. If you want it fixed, send him up to storage for a new emitter, not me. Parker out.
Everything in reverse. Is that just the weapon there? Yeah, they're the weapons. Alrighty. Okay, there's a part missing, but... Ah, okay, hold on. So, I mean, just because she said he installed everything in reverse, I don't know if that means if you... So the one at the bottom is the first one, or if that means instead of pointing left, you point right. We'll have to see. Okay, so maybe the recording that we heard doesn't apply to this particular puzzle. Maybe it's the next one or something. Let me see.
Done. I should check the door nearby.
Okay, so yeah, it didn't apply to this one. You just literally had to follow what it showed. Okay. Alright, this is where I need to get to.
Found one. Looks intact.
Cool. Some of that, and that should be good. I can't get off once I'm on this. There we go.
That should do the trick. Now let's get that door open.
Okay, so this time I'm pretty sure following it is not going to open the door, but we'll go, unless I've misunderstood that audio recording, we'll go the following it route first. And up. Okay, so here I have followed it correctly, and as expected it hasn't worked. So again, I'll do what I did for the previous door. So I'll try I think I'll try down to up first before I make each one the opposite, if that makes sense. So we'll do that. This has got a point to the right. Okay, so looking at it from the top down like this, we got down, left, up, right. So, yeah, that's what I'll do.
That did it.
There you go.
Door should have power.
Woohoo!
Now to see what lies beyond it.
Let's go! I should probably pick up one of these, maybe. And head in with that. I don't know if they have the same... Yeah, wait. Yeah. I'll have to drop it. Damn it. How the hell they get in there before me? I always hate this shit.
Eclipse. They're here.
Avoid contact.
Lines look good.
Gaia. It's up there. Second floor.
Can you reach it?
So much for avoiding contact.
I would have liked that fire spitter. But I hate this classic, like, how the hell did they end up here before me? I feel like that just can't happen. Right. Let's try and put all of our skills to use here.
You'll do.
This guy's kind of on his own. I didn't realize he was a leader though. That's not what I wanted to do. Really? What? I was miles away from that. Okay. But of course there's plenty more on the way. I didn't realize that this bit was not going to be enough. With an arrow sticking out of him.
You're finished.
Yeah, it's looking to me like I'm going to constantly be seen here. But it's nothing I can't handle. No panic. Okay.
Quietly.
Can't have gotten far. Look around.
Can't see him properly from here. Now I can see the mask. I can't tell if that's a... Okay, well there's my answer. And I think it's just me and you, buddy. Just me and you. Let's have some fun.
Got eyes on them.
Really? You do? I'm over here. Hey. Hey.
He's coming for us.
He's not moving. He's not taking the bait. Good on him.
Where'd you go?
Oh, okay. Fine. He's really refusing to move.
That's the last of them.
Or is it?
Or not.
Yeah, the sprinter's always going to get rattled in the face. They don't leave you with much choice. From that kind of range, you don't get much choice. I think these are going to be very aggressive heavies. Yeah, just sprinters.
You cannot escape our grab.
Don't worry, I have no intention of escaping you guys. None at all. Really? I swear most of these should be hitting. That's better. There it is.
Clear. For a moment, anyway.
Then get moving. You have to find Gaia.
I love the Deathbringer gun. Can't tell if this is the next room. I think it is. No, it's not actually. Ah, okay. Fair enough. Health-wise, we're doing pretty good as well. Just trying to see if there's some more medicinal omens as well. There definitely is. Lots of heavy weaponry in here. Perfect.